What's up, guys? Back with me is here with Smallville, Season 3, Episode 7, Magenitic. Okay, so this episode starts off with Chloe and Lana at a carnival, and Chloe's talking how Seth Nelson has always liked Lana, and yeah, so he's like so so Lana keeps throwing the ball at the thing, spaceship thing that they always have, and she loses. But he's like, here's a snow globe full of mirror rock. And and then one of the bikers is like, can I have one? And he's like, so you gotta win the game. And she's like, and yeah, and the guy's about to pound Seth, but Lana's like, here, yeah, and the guy runs, and he takes the thing with him, and then he smashes, and then the biker, or the trucker, I think it's a biker, smashes the mirror rock onto like Seth's head, and we see like his head becoming affected by meteor rocks. So Lana sees him at the hospital. So he discovers that he has telepathic abilities, just like Justin Gaden's in season 2, but his abilities also can affect people's emotions. Because when he touches Lana, he's like, "Hey Lana, where you go?" And she's like, "Sorry," but when he touches her, she's like, "Oh, never mind, I'm in." So yeah. And Clark sees this, and he's a bit jealous of Lana, and so yeah. So as I forgot to mention, last episode, Lex discovered that Chloe tries to talk to Lex about something his grandfather did, and now Lex is trying to what happened to Lionel and his parents, and how Lionel's parents died, and he discovers that Chloe's looking at Lionel. So he's like, hey Chloe, let's team up and let's take down Lionel. So yeah. So we'll back. So yeah. So yeah. So Chloe. So Clark goes to, and she's like, hey. And he's like, hey Lana, what about our date? And she's like, sorry, but I kind of want to go on a date with you. But then he touches her, and she's like, okay, let's go on a date. And she says, hey, cover up town for me. And Clark's just singing this, and he's like, wait, what? So yeah, so they're at a Ferris wheel, and they're at a Ferris wheel, and he uses powers to, like, so Clark tries to stop him, and he's like, and he lies, saying, oh yeah, I came here and saw the motor not working. He's like, we didn't see the motor running. And she's like, are you stalking us, Clark? And he's like, mind your own business, Ken. He's like, what you ever? And he's like, what you ever seen this loser? And that just makes me not like just Seth, because Clark's my boy. No one calls my boy Clark a loser. So yeah. So Clark tries to get to the bottom of it, like why Lana is acting like this, and she's like, and yeah, and I'll tell you after how I feel. So yeah, so Clark goes to confront Lana, and he's like, hey Lana, something's going on with Seth. He's twisting your emotions. When he touches you, he's not touching me now. I finally found we broke up, Clark, and I finally found someone that can be honest with me and can show his powers in front of me, and you are just jealous because she doesn't know about Clark's abilities yet. So yeah. So So Lana's like, I just want to leave Smallville. So Seth, sorry. I was talking about Justin Gaines earlier, so it got me confused. So Seth, he touches her and he's like, let's leave Smallville. And she's like, oh, sure, let's leave Smallville. And he's like, and Lex like, Lana, what are you doing? Why are you taking the money out of town? She's like, I, I quit. I'm gonna move away with Seth. And yeah, so Clark gets, yeah, when I watched the episode, I found Lana really annoying. Yes, because yeah, I'll explain how I feel, but I just want to say that's why I said it. I found Lana really annoying. Anyway, so Clark melts the roads, and Seth, he gets out of there, and Lana tells Clark that Sean has a in Granville, but that's all a lie. Because when Seth comes on, she's like, oh, I told Clark that he had a brother in Granville, and he bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. So, yeah, and he goes there, and he's like, Seth has no brother in Granville. I can't believe Lana lied straight to my face like that. And he's like, Lana isn't herself. So yeah. So yeah. So Clark tries to stop Seth, but Lana picks up a gun, and she takes out a gun, and she's like, Clark, get away from him, or I'm gonna shoot you. And he's like, Lana, don't bother. I'll shoot him. And he's like, go. And she runs, and then Clark gets shot, but he jumps over, and yeah, and then. And yeah, but Justin, Seth, he ends up getting knocked out and being put into a coma, and Lana gets put into community service. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, and as I said, Lex asks Chloe to help him take down Lionel, and basically they talk about Seth and all that stuff, and basically well, okay, I have a big problem with this episode. Lana, when she's under Seth's control, she was very annoying. I've never, and Lana has not annoyed me this far till this episode. I get it, Clark. I get it. She said, yeah, Lana will probably find a nice guy that's not a crazy power obsessed guy who just wants to use her, who wants to power use her. Has powers to make her love him. She'll find that guy. She'll find a guy that likes her who doesn't have powers. It may not be Clark, but it'll be someone. But when she was under Seth Nelson's control, I think that's his name, Seth Nelson. She annoyed me so much. I was like, Lana is so annoying. I've never felt so annoyed by Lana in this episode. Nothing against Kristen Creek or her acting or her portrayal in this episode. I just felt like Lana was very annoying. I'm really excited to see Superman and Lois's version of Lana Lang in Layover, but this episode really did not. This really showed Lana at her best. But when she was on the Sean King, when she was on Seth Nelson's control, it showed her at her worst. So I really like this episode. So like, comment, subscribe. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 8.